Let's turn to Dr. Ahmed now. Good policy, you think?
Well, I think the question of whether it is a good policy or not, I think the timing is very important. I believe this decision is coming at a very wrong time, and at a time when we are not matured, when our agricultural sector is not matured for this kind of measure. If you look at the already existing inflation we already have an increasing inflation. For you to take this kind of measure when it comes to food items, you have to look at the existing, or what sort of inflation do you have. We already have a rising inflation at hand, and within this week, the federal government has also removed the petroleum subsidy. And these are triggers for hyperinflation. So the timing is very critical. And this is happening at a time when Nigerians are not ready to actually boycott foreign food items because of their addiction or their attraction to foreign food items. And I think it's also a wrong time because we have not built the right infrastructure, and we have not supplied sufficient agricultural facilities, and we have not built the entire agricultural value chain. So these are the reasons why I say this is a wrong time for us to do that. And we are already facing insecurity. A lot of farmers have been displaced from their towns and from their farms, and they cannot produce much. So we are going to create a lot of scarcity in the country. And now you are also discouraging cheaper importation from foreign products. So the only option most people will have is to tap into the comparative advantage from other countries. And that's how we have an open economy between countries where countries that are facing crises and scarcities can leverage on other countries' comparative advantage. So we are not matured, and we have not fulfilled the conditions required for this kind of restrictions. Even though this is the prerogative of the president, it's a fiscal policy, of course, because the directive is coming from the government. And the condition is for you to do this kind of restrictions on food items at a time like this, you have to actually provide the enabling environment. You have to make sure that the local food items are available in enough quantity and of the desired quality and at a competitive price. And now we are seeing a high rise of food items, price of food items in the country. And this measure is going to increase the prices of food items further. And at a time when we just coming out from coronavirus lockdown and insecurities around the country, and you are removing fuel subsidy, and now you are denying forex to people that are importing relatively cheaper product or better products from outside the country, actually it's not helpful. I believe the timing is important rather than the question of whether it is a good decision or not. And I believe the government has actually failed to protect the value of Naira. And that's why we found ourselves in this kind of difficulty, whether we need to subsidize importation by giving forex or not. If Naira has been protected, the value of Naira is actually attractive, the government would not have to worry whether who she's giving a forex or not. But the idea is now Naira is actually lost its value drastically in the hand of this government. So actually Nigerians should not be punished for the failure of the CBN and the fiscal policy makers to protect the Naira. And I believe the decision that this government is taking is actually a recipe for hyperinflation. There are 5 things that happened recently. First, we just come out from COVID-19 lockdown, insecurity around the country, and then a dollar hike. You know, we've seen the value of Naira deteriorating, meaning that you have to pay more Naira to acquire a unit of foreign currency, let's say dollar. We also
Dr.
face
Adamu,
insecurity. And
you have raised...
You are now removing forex subsidy.